What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about everything you need to know about content locking. So we're going to discuss pretty much everything surrounding it, from how does it work, the best ways to implement it, some different techniques and tricks in order to get it right. We're going to also talk about the different networks that you can basically find content locking offers. Which networks do not support it, which networks support it. So the first thing I want to talk about is basically how this content locking works and how does it compare to some of the other methods for promoting different offers such as sweepstakes and things like that. So as you can see in this diagram, we have the user, this is the visitor, right? They basically are getting to your content and you're giving away this content for free, okay? You're not pretty much locking the content right away. Initially, you're giving away the content for free, and they basically come to your content, they consume it, they read it, they check it out, and then basically the idea is you're going to be putting on a lock on something premium. So for instance, if you have, let's say, some kind of an article that you're basically, putting out there on the internet and you want people to check it out, maybe you're going to have some special guide or something like that, something very specific that you want to give away, and that's going to be locked, right? That's going to be a premium piece of content. And that's also going to be free, but you're basically going to put a lock on it. So in this instance, we have specific content give PDF, and they basically need to complete the offer. So they come to content, they see this, they want to get here, but you have a content lock in place. They need to complete the offer and then they get to view the content. And so this is slightly different from how some of the other flows work. And I'm talking about specifically like things like sweepstakes and other similar offers, because when it comes to sweepstakes, you're basically telling them that they have a chance to win something, but it's not a guarantee. They need to enter to win something, right? And so you're basically giving them, you're basically giving them some hope. You're selling, okay, you're telling them, hey, there's a chance to win an iPhone 11, iPhone 12, whatever, something expensive or something exclusive or something very nice. And they need to go through the flow. They need to basically complete a sweepstakes. So in this flow, you're basically, telling them that they have a chance to win. They need to complete. Here, they complete it and they get the content. So, it's pretty much 100% chance that they're going to get what they came for. Whereas in this case, it's not a guarantee, right? Because the sweepstakes, there's not a very high chance that they're going to win. There is a chance, but it's not extremely high. And so in this example, you're basically telling them, hey, you can win something, but you have to fill it out here. You're basically telling them you're going to get it. You just need to complete basically the content locking offer, okay? And so right now, I want to talk a little bit about the different networks that support it and the ones that don't support it. And then we're going to get into deeper. We're going to talk about how to actually implement it, the different ways that you can implement it, and pretty much everything you need to know. And also some advanced tactics and techniques as well that I learned over the years. All right, so here I am on my type 5 content locking networks. And basically we have OGADS. We have CPA Grip, which is a very, very popular network. A lot of people use it. I have some good friends that use it. We have AdGate Media. Then we have MG Cash, and followed by Ad Lorem, right? And these are kind of the top 5 kind of popular CPA networks. There are also other ones as well. So this is not a complete list by any chance, but there's also a bunch of other CPA networks that you could sign up and basically run content locking offers, okay? Now, the network I want to talk about today is CPA Grip, which is a very, very popular network. A lot of people use it. And one of the reasons for that is not only do they have a lot of offers for running content locking offers, but they also give you a lot of different ways of locking your content. And so if you go into CPA Grip and you basically go to their homepage here and you scroll down, and you can basically click on monetization tools, and then you can basically monetize your content in many different ways. So the first way is Content Locker, right? It's an outstanding solution for monetizing web content. Second, we have URL and file locker. Our link locker allows you to lock online media so that a user must complete an incentive offer in order to gain access to a link or file, right? So you're basically locking the file. You're not locking, you're not locking the actual content. So this is another method that we're going to discuss in greater detail. Follow, we have the video locker. Then we have the offer wall, and then last but not least, we have the virtual currency. And so these are very similar, right? Content locker, URL file locker, video locker, it's still content. We have something called an offer wall, and if you read it, it says offer walls allow you to display the correct geo-targeted offers to users generally used with point rewards. This allows you to easily leverage multiple offers and reward your users with virtual currency for each offer completed. And then you have virtual currency, which is our offer wall and offer feed. Platform can be leveraged in combination with our global post-back systems to allow. So this is a little bit of more in advance. These two are a little bit more advanced. And these three are like the basic kind of content locking, kind of systems that you can content lock your content, okay? And so even if you don't have your own content unlocked, do not worry. I'm going to show you a method where you can basically download free content that was already created, and you can basically use that to lock content. All right. So, the difference is very simple. It's kind of self-explanatory. We have this content locker, right? This is where you're locking a piece of content. I'm going to show you all examples. We have URL and file locker, right? They need to they go to the link, and before they're redirected to the link, they need to complete the offer. So it's slightly different. And then they have the video locker, right? And you're basically locking the video. You're basically, before they can watch the video, consume the content, they need to complete the offer. And so right now I want to tell you kind of the three main ways you can promote it. And then I'm going to show you where you can get content if you don't have any content of your own, okay? So the first way is you can go on YouTube and basically create a YouTube video, and then you can offer some kind of content. And when you're doing this, right, this is not going to be a YouTube video. It's not going to be a video like I'm doing now, although that can probably work as well. You're looking for something very specific. So I have an example here. It's a subscribe button, right? And what this is really, it's one of these buttons. It's, you've probably seen them on YouTube videos. It's this animation button that plays sometime during the video, and it basically prompts the user or reminds the user to subscribe. And so it looks something like this. So we can go and play it here, and you can basically load this, and it's basically a button like this. Now I actually use a button like that on my channels. I really like it. And the reason there's a green screen is that in your software, in your video software, you can basically remove it completely and make it transparent. So in this example, what I do is I basically remove the green screen, and all I have is a button. And so that makes it really, really nice, really easy and really convenient to implement in your own videos, right? And so the way this works is that you can basically you can basically create a video like this, and then in the description you can basically say, hey, do you want to download the graphics themselves or the actual source for the video? One thing is you download the video, but then let's say you want the animation themselves, right, from how it was built, right? The source code from where it was built, and that would require you to complete a content locking offers. So we can give out the free one, right, which is this complete video, right, in something like an MPG format, MPEG format. And then if they want to download this and basically modify it themselves in something like Adobe After Effects or Apple Motion, which are graphic animation kind of softwares, then they can basically do that, but they need to complete the offer, right? And the idea is we're still giving something away for free, but if you want the source code, we're gonna give it to you for free as well, but you just need to complete the offer. And I really like that approach because we're still giving away things for free, but it's not too much to ask for them to complete an offer in order if they want the source code and things like that. So another idea, and there's like pretty much an unlimited ideas that you can do, right? I have here another idea that I want to share with you, and this is the Final Cut Pro shortcut keys. Final Cut Pro is a software from Apple for making videos, basically. It's software that I use from time to time. And there's a lot of shortcuts there, right? So you can basically speed up your workflow by memorizing a bunch of shortcuts. And they're really easy to memorize. They really help you a lot. And so you can basically have a video where you talk a little bit about that. You don't even have to be on camera, right? You can basically create it just talking about it and having like a screen flow of a screen. And then if they want to download this cheat sheet in PDF format, then they basically need to complete an offer, okay? And this is how you do it with YouTube. Now, as you can imagine, there are almost an unlimited ways of doing it, because you basically are looking for something very small, like a little guide. And this could be pretty much anything, right? So anything, any kind of information I need, you can give it to me, but then you can make it better, and then I'll have to download basically I'll have to complete the offer before I can download that. So it could be anything. Let's say I want to travel to Italy or something, right? I want to take a vacation in the summer. And so you can have a video about Italy, right? Or something like that. And then if you want to, maybe there's a cheat sheet, top 10 places to visit, I have to complete the offer for that. So it's pretty much an unlimited ways of doing it. And the next way I want to show you is you can do it on a website as well. So this is actually one of my websites. I basically created it. I have here an article. I have buying guides, cameras, microphones, different stuff that I can basically different categories of things. So if you go to this article here, the complete guide to buying a vlogging camera, I have a complete guide here, but I can also offer this in PDF, or I can have a comparison with different cameras, the pros and cons in a nicely formatted PDF format. And that's going to be a content locking offer before they can download it, okay? And that's the second way. And basically it's very similar to YouTube. It just depends on which way you want to go for. Me personally, I would even try both of these methods. As you can see, I have a site here, and I would also go out and make a YouTube video as well. And the third method is by leveraging email, right? So the first method is YouTube. Then we have basically by creating a blog. Another method is by leveraging an email list, okay? And here I am inside my email platform, email campaign. And you have to basically build up that list first. If you don't have your own list, you can Google for something like solo ads, and you can go, Udemy is really good. You can go to Udemy here, and you can basically send people to some kind of an article or somewhere else from somebody else's list, right? So you basically create an account, you log in, you can sign up, and you can basically go out, and they have different offers in there. And so here I am signed up. I can basically look at different sellers, and what they're basically selling is access to their own email list, okay? So it depends on what kind of offers you want to run. If you're running offers in, make money online niche or somewhere else, you can basically scroll down and find the kind of traffic you want, and you could pay them some cents. You can collect those emails, and you can basically redirect them and make them complete different offers. So this is another method. Truth be told, I haven't really explored this specific method, but I have heard it works. So I just want to put it out there and just to give you some options, so that you have another option to get something working, right? So this is another idea. And so the other thing you want to keep in mind is that when you are basically creating different content, regardless if you're doing it on YouTube, you're doing it on as a blog, as a site, or you're doing it from your own email list, you have to keep in mind that there are basically two kinds of different content you can create. The first kind is this evergreen content. And this is content that's always going to be in demand regardless of the time of year, the month, the day of the week, etc., etc. It doesn't really matter. And so this subscribe button, these Final Cut Pro shortcuts, things like that, they're always going to be in demand. You will always be able to kind of work with this content. The people are always going to be searching for it. Maybe they're going to be searching for another app, maybe something like Adobe Premiere Pro shortcuts, right? Shortcut keys. Something like this. This is another option, right? As I said, there's an unlimited ways of doing this, right? And so this is another way. But then there is also something that's trending, right? So if you go into Google Trends, and you can see basically the kind of things that are trending right now, you can create content around that. So here I am in Google Trends, and what you want to do is you have options here, and you can basically look at trending searches, and you can see what's actually happening. These are typically happening in the day, right? So if you create content around this, whether it's YouTube or on your own blog as an article, as a web page article, you're gonna get a lot of searches that are happening, right? So this is trending, which means that people are searching, people are looking for it. So you have real-time search trends. You can basically look at this. You see how the searches are up, and you can basically create content. Now, the thing you have to understand with this method is that it's going to be a high amount of content that's happening right now, but then it's going to level off, right? So you're going to have a lot, you're going to have a peak, but it's just not going to last, right? It's going to stop, and it's going to do something else. So you have a lot of information. There's a lot of gold here, right? And if you get quickly, right, if you create content very quickly, you can basically capitalize very quickly, because there's a lot of demand and not a lot of people have created content. Whereas if you are using this method, this evergreen method, you can basically, there's going to be searches. And so what you want to do is you want to basically enter your search, and you want to look at videos, right? You want to look at how many. So for instance, this has 4,500 subscribers, and they got 500,000 views. And this is 2 years ago, right? So they're still getting views. But 2 years ago, they didn't have 4,500 subscribers. They probably had nothing, or like maybe a lot less. And they were able to get a lot of views. So what you're looking for is you're looking for basically channels, basically searches. You type anything, and you want to see a lot of videos with a lot of views, but not a lot of subscribers. And that's kind of the key here. So here's another one, right? Almost 500,000 views, almost 3,000 subscribers, right? So they're getting a lot of views, a ton of views, without having a lot of subscribers. And what this means is that there's a lot of demand, but there's not a lot of supply. So there's not a lot of people relative to the demand. Look at this. 1,500 subscribers, 626,000 views 1 year ago. And this is all free traffic. You have to keep this in mind. This is all free traffic, and you can basically analyze it the same for basically web pages as well, right? You just have to take a look. You enter the search term, and you look how many web pages are there, how long they've been around. It's a little bit more involved when it comes to web pages, but it's still the same thing, right? Now, I promise you, I'm going to show you where you can get content if you don't have any. And that is something called private label rights. So you basically go into Google and you type private label rights, and you will see all kinds of content where you can buy and basically sell as your own, or you can even get free content, right? There's a lot of sites, and some sites, they even tell you, if you sign up for like a free membership, you have access to a little bit of content in different niches, but then if you pay, you get access to more content. Okay, so you will still, regardless. I basically Googled, and I think I used PLR Assassin just to kind of look at some content for another case study, and then I got, I remember I had free lifetime access, or I signed up for their free plans, and I still had access to a bunch of content. So this is a very, very powerful method. And then you can basically go to CPA Grip. I recommend starting off with CPA Grip because they're very experienced when it comes to content lockers. Like I said before, unfortunately, you can't really promote this kind of things on a Max Bounty. Max Bounty doesn't do that, but it's still a very solid option because, like I showed you in the diagram, you're basically giving the person access to something that they initially came from. Here, these are just sweepstakes. They're entering for a chance to win. It's a chance to win. They're not entering to win. They're not gonna, once they complete this offer, it doesn't mean that they get the product. They're just entering for a chance to win. Here, the content resides on your site, and you have full control of the flow. And so once they complete the offer, they get access to the content. And so this is a very, very solid way of doing it. And it's a very nice way to kind of explore it and seeing how you could do it, especially given that if you go to one of these searches here, you have a lot of, videos, but not a lot of subscribers, right? 25,000 views, 5,000 subscribers, right? That's kind of what you're looking for. You're looking for not a lot of subscribers, but a lot of views. And before, I know many of you might be telling me, hey, that's not possible. Look at this, 4,500, 500,000 views, 3,000, 500,000 views, etc., etc. So the key is to go out and to find different kinds of niches, and you can do that with anything, right? Anything you're searching, you can package it up as more of a premium content and put a content locker. All right, guys, so that is all I wanted to talk about today. I've given you a lot of ideas for basically going out and locking this content. As you can see, there's a lot of demand, A lot of people are interested. All right, so I really hope this video helped. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. All right, guys. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.